This is Hasan Piker. He's the largest leftist political streamer in all of America, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest because obviously he's going somewhere incredibly dangerous. A gathering of leftists. He's here with his dog also because obviously he learned from his bros and hoes over in Palestine, and he believes in having human shields. So, meat shield's very effective technique. He's mastered it from one of the terrorist organizations that he supports. Kaya, his dog, does not, in fact, have a vest. This is very scary. So, now, a lot of people said maybe I shouldn't talk about Hasan because obviously he has a baby on the way. Idubs, his wife, is pregnant, so... Hasan obviously has a baby on the way. This is very exciting. But I feel like we have to talk about him anyway, because unfortunately for Hasan Piker, it looks really, really bad for Hamas. All right, his best bros over in Hamas, are murdering Palestinians, restarted the war. They basically pooped all over Trump. And said, you know what, we're restarting the war because actually we are a death cult and we want more Palestinians to die in order for us to stand on their corpses and point at how Western civilization and the Jews are actually secretly evil. Hasan Piker is on board with this and he's blaming Israel, even though it's literally been restarted by fucking retards. Honestly, it is a truly glorious day. Lots of retards we're going to be making fun of. We're making fun of Hasan. We're making fun of another guy named Hasan. We're going to be making fun of Hasan's uncle. And also, Hasan abused dogs for generations. You don't understand the deep dive we're doing today. So first, this is Hasan Piker. If there's any leftoids in chat, I suggest you leave. You're about to see something incredibly triggering.
Hi.
I just wanted to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My hero, for sure.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so this man over here with the trans flag and the weird dress is telling Hasan, "Oh, Hasan, you are my hero. You are my hero."
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. What should we do? Kaya.
And obviously, Kaya, he can't control his dog because he's not using the shocker. So the man obviously freaked the shit out of Hasan. All right, because Hasan, you could take the Muslim out of Turkey, but you can't take Turkey out of the Muslim. All right, and even though he makes believe he is incredibly progressive, he literally shakes his hand and wipes his hand off on his shirt. This has got to be the most diabolical thing I've ever seen in my life. He was trying, I don't know if he thought he was going to get AIDS or something. He was trying to wipe the trans off immediately. Now, this, everyone, is the largest leftist streamer. He has so much love and respect for the trans community, obviously. And he is it's honestly awesome. It's just amazing. It's truly a glorious time. It really is. So anyway, this is Hasan Piker over here. Truly an ally, or at least he wants you to think he is, so he can subvert the country and turn it into a fucking hellscape. Anyway, it gets even funnier, honestly, because people started pulling up all sorts of clips of Hasan just kind of shitting on trans people. Which is amazing because he's like supposed to be like this super wholesome chungus leftoid progressive dude.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer, okay? You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community.
Bro just upped the chances of that trans person killing themselves by a substantial margin, I'm just saying. But anyway, this is insane. So this is the largest leftist political streamer. He's obviously homie with all the guys. He's obviously besties and homies with all the dudes. Him and his Lord Farquhar hair and pedo stash out here telling trans people to kill themselves. That's pretty wholesome chungus of him, honestly. He's just an angry guy. He's just a really angry dude, actually, it turns out. And it's almost like he's using these useful idiots on the left to promote his fucking ethno-nationalist supremacist movement, trying his absolute best to turn America into an anti-Western, communist, radical Islamic hellscape or something. I don't know his exact strategy. It's just anti-West, and he's willing to use all the useful idiots that he possibly can. What a gentle, peaceful man. Now, this is
Bars
another
of you
clip
been in?
because you don't understand. Like, dude, once the lies start coming out about Hasan, he is just an endless liar. So this is a clip of Hasan interacting with the LGBT community and obviously being very well loved and respected.
How many menage a trois have you been in?
I had one orgy, but it was just 5 people. I don't know if that's an orgy, but the problem... It's an orgy, yeah, but everyone was really drunk and I was dead sober. So it was kind of like, I feel like a lot of sex for me that I like is about the intimacy aspect of it, which someone interpreted as being vanilla. But I did go to Dominatrix convention and I was spanked and I did enjoy that, but I don't like the idea of any kind of money being involved and any kind of gratification
This dude literally went to brothels.
in that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
That's good. It sounds so good, yeah. It's how you live your dream. You go get fucked by a lot of big hairy men for free.
Sounds like you're voting for Kamala Harris.
Yep, that does actually. Oh, you're a degenerate freak and I can't stand literally being in your presence. Sound like a vote for Kamala. So anyway, all these clips of him are actually popping off and it's pretty awesome, honestly. But something that's not awesome is the dog situation because, you know, Hasan Piker is a dog abuser. This is an image of his last dog, Fish. As you can see, he has a spiked collar. And as you can see, like, there are images that people are noticing from old streams about his dog literally being bloodied around his neck. Like, dude, and for the record, this is, like, from an actual stream. This isn't just, like, a doctor.
Fish.
Right? Look at this.
Watch the vibe.
Like, dude, it's insane. Like, he's like a generational dog abuser. This is the craziest thing of all time. I said that, I'm like, the biggest leftist streamer is a generational dog torturer. Like, you can't even make this up, man. It's honestly horrifying. It's truly and utterly horrifying. Like, we've already covered him shocking dogs and having spiked collars and having his collars too tight. Like, we've covered all that stuff, but I have never seen something like this before. I've never even seen an injury like this on a dog. This is crazy. Like, he's just a sicko. He's a sicko liar. He lies to all of his audience about all that garbage, and, you know, pushes bullshit and uses useful idiots for his garbage. He supports terrorist organizations, making believe he cares about the civilians when he absolutely doesn't. Like, not even at all. And honestly, I saw this clip, and I feel like we need to include this clip in the video. I'm not trying to be rude here, but this needs to be added to the video because people have to know the truth. People have to know the truth about Hasan Piker. What does he mean by this?
Guys, I love sex, okay? I fucking love sex, dude. And I think it's one of the best things you can do on this planet.
All right. That's where you could kind of end the clip, right? Unless he says something incredibly dangerous.
And I love to do it with humans, dude. Nothing substitutes, dude.
Hasan, what were you using to substitute with humans that, like, make you come to the conclusion that humans are in fact the best sexual partners? Are you taking after your uncle, Hasan? Your uncle, the alleged goat fucker? Are you, what a weird thing to say.
And I love to do it with humans, dude. Nothing substitutes, dude.
Nothing substitutes, huh? Well, anyway, I just felt like this clip was a little bit dangerous. So this is the guy with the Antifa terrorist poster in the background saying, you know, no crime is crime, or some crime is not crime, or some stupid tagline. But yeah, anyway, I felt like that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. What else is he having sex with? All right, so he's obviously freaked out by, like, the trans people and stuff and the gay people that are in his community. So what are you having sex with that you've been trying to substitute with dogs? Now, breaking news, the manufacturer of the shock collar has identified Hasan's collar as the shocking variant. If you actually look at the email from the actual shock collar team, they're like, yup, to me that looks like the low to medium power RX 90 receiver that comes with our shock dog shit. So, like, this dude's getting exposed all over the place. It's pretty great when you have a large leftist political streamer that's out there trying to constantly preach, and it turns out he's just an animal-abusing cretin that has sex with things that he tries to substitute for humans, whatever they are, live or not, who knows. He's out there like making believe he has so much love in his heart for these marginalized community that he backstabs all the time. And he's finally getting exposed for all this. No wonder why he had this glorious crash out on stream.
I can't stand any of you dumb fucks in this goddamn chat. Oh my fucking God, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single fucking person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist. You did it. You did it. You have unlocked the fucking nihilism within me, okay? I am black-pilled. Nothing will ever get better. We are never gonna make it out. We can't even have a normal fucking non-hostile goddamn conversation
I love this!
on any of these issues. Everybody just simply wants to fucking chirp into the wind because they have no power and they recognize their utter powerlessness in the face of unjustifiable constructs that we fucking exist under. And the best possible fucking thing you can do is just be goddamn annoying, okay?
Oh, that was a good crash out. Oh, that was a really nice crash out. Oh my God, 10 out of 10.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't even shock my dog now because people will notice. He was almost at self-awareness where he actually is the problem, but he didn't get there yet. Yeah, he is living a life where he hates himself. He hates the people around him. He's just a little ball of hatred. It's amazing.
Right when the reporter was asking you about optimism? I want to fucking, I want to just shut it off, dude. I want to shut everything off. I just want to go away.
Bye.
If I wasn't so goddamn stubborn, I would have a long time ago. Oh my Lord, dude.
Don't be stubborn, Hasan. You could leave.
I 100% think you should someday go on sub-only mode. What do you mean? The most annoying people are literally...
Say it.
Literally like the 40-month subscribers.
The most annoying people are the ones in his community. Oh, Dogtober 7th was diabolical. That's right, K911 happened to Hasan Piker, and he straight up admits it. The most annoying people are his biggest supporters. That's right, baby. That's where we're at. We're finally going full circle, ladies and gentleladies. Oh, boy.
The person that caused me to fucking spiral just now is Hidejo Offliner or whatever. And that is like a routine nuisance and an offliner in this community.
Oh.
Okay? He is a consistent voice of nuisance.
Oh.
Okay?
No.
What are you talking about? The people that actually brick me, the people that actually cause me to fucking spiral out of control are always the people that have been in this fucking community for years.
Yeah, we know your community's terrible. We know. Yep. They're the most annoying people out there. I agree. Base. This is amazing. This is incredible.
Who never shut the fuck up. I have banned him before. It's literally just...
For the record, he can't stop lying. He's like a pathological liar. If you ban someone, they don't appear in your chat as a 40-month-old subscriber. That means you didn't ban him before, so you're literally lying.
Like, I'm not even singling him out. He's just one example. But this happens all the fucking time, bro. Anyway.
Oh! Anyway, Hasan cries on stream. He hates everyone. W.
One of the worst aspects.
So, because of his fake crying, obviously someone needed to donate 100 subscribers to a socialist in a mansion.
Of like this kind of gathering online is that people, I think people don't behave like this in the real world. That's unironically what I was talking about. That's why I have so much hope for the future of America when I'm out in the fucking streets.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Because I see grandparents and I see kids and I see
I'd keep him away from kids. He went to Diddy parties and brothels that sex trafficked at least one child. So.
regular ass folk that see right from wrong and they say, fuck this. What do you mean? You're just like kidnapping my neighbors.
Also, Hasan Piker is a blatant pedophile supporter. A lot of people don't know this about Hasan Piker, but he is. Hasan Piker, pedophile supporter. That's right. He supports the Houthis, and they rape 8-year-olds in Yemen. So, like, literally, they force 8-year-olds to get married to adults, and he supports them. He thinks that they deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. So Hasan Piker is an actual pedophile supporter. Every time he says anything about Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, remember, this dude literally supports an institution of child pedophilia and animal torture. That's right. Don't forget.
Get the fuck out of here. And they protest. And that gives me confidence. And then when I go back to the internet and I get fucking yelled at by a bunch of screenager iPad babies who are 38
which is his audience, and he knows.
years old, who think that the most like radical socialist position is to constantly chirp in a fucking Twitch streamer's chat and hyper scrutinize everything and then like refuse to understand like broader points. Okay? Refuse to be open-minded. Then I'm black-pilled again. It's virtually impossible not to be black-pilled if you're online all the fucking time. Everything that we do here is...
I'm actually having a wonderful life. Let me just say, I love my community. Thank you all for being here and for subscribing. We're out here making terrorist supporters want to kill themselves. Obviously, I don't support that. I don't want him to kill himself. I'm just saying, like, if he does, though, because of me, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. Not that I want him to do it, obviously. It's not like he literally slandered me in front of his audience, incited his audience, in my opinion, to harass me and maybe even kill me. It's not like any of that has changed my stances on life, but I would probably, I do not support Hasan Piker killing himself, but if he does name me in a suicide note, I would not lose any sleep.
So bad.
Yeah, so anyway, he had a terrible day for Hasan Piker, the guy that wants me dead. So, unfortunately, I have too many principles to actually want anything bad to happen to him. If he thinks he hates his life, just imagine Kaya. Damn! That's crazy. Anyway, what a horrible time for Hasan Piker. Bro is obviously crashing out. He doesn't like his life. That's okay. I don't like his life either, to be honest. It's probably part of those, like, whole, you know, terror supporting thing. Dude supports the murder of and rape of innocent people. I'm just not a fan, personally, of murder and rape of innocent people. Speaking of innocent people, Tectone made a video, and this clip went on Twitter, and I saw this clip.
The more, and I mean this genuinely, the more you are aware of what's going on in the world, the more that you are aware of these people that are lying, the more that these people will try to discredit the people telling the truth. I mean, I want you to look at Taku, for an example.
I also want you to look at Nux. All right, take a good long look.
Taku got his entire career temporarily destroyed, which he bounced back from because he's one of the GOATs. God bless you, Nux.
Amen. God bless you too, bald man.
The amount of misinformation put out on this guy is insane. I mean, dude, I get told that Nux is a pedophile daily.
That's the Hasan Piker community, ladies and gentlemen. That is propagated by the Hasan Piker community. Absolutely. No lies detected. True. And they go out there and they slander me to everyone. You have no idea what it's like. You have no idea what it's like.
And I'm like, brother, what the fuck are you talking about? Just complete misrepresentations of the truth. And I mean this genuinely. Nux has always been good to me, and I'm a guy who's always going to have the back of my friends.
Based, love you, bro. I always got your back as well. But no, this is insanity. So I'm really glad that Tectone said this. It's really nice because people don't realize how bad it is. This is like the slander about me. And for the record, when someone calls you a pedophile, you're basically giving people license to kill you. Because fuck pedophiles, I want them dead. All right, so realistically, once you're putting a label like this on somebody, you're giving license to people to kill you. And that is what Hasan Piker does in his community. All right, do you understand how insane that is? Steven, thanks for the 5 subs. So when I get this stuff endlessly, it's disgusting how, you know, Hasan Piker and his community goes about and does this. And then he's gonna go out here and cry about how his community is terrible. Yeah. Your community's terrible to you, and they like you. Imagine how terrible they are to people that you slander. Like, you don't understand what it's like, my guy. So, anyway, speaking of Twitch and Hasan Piker, we're going to be doing a little Twitch tangent before we get back into the Hasan Piker terrorist support, which got even worse. Like, this dude got, you don't understand, he got even worse. He's blatantly supporting terrorism now. Thanks to the 5 subs, Plague Doctor. So, the New York Post posted, Twitch faces backlash after popular streamer Emiru allegedly assaulted by fan on video. Allegedly, right? Allegedly got assaulted. So it was literally on video, man. We don't need to play this game. Like, it is insane the amount of cover being run for Twitch in the media with like their stupid little gay headlines. It's truly insane. Now, this is the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy. Every time I see a clip of this guy, I'm losing it. First of all, he's wearing a Roblox chain, which is, in my opinion, someone's got to call the pedo hunters to look into this guy's history. Because Roblox is an industrialized pedo ground. All right, so anyway, this is Dan Clancy. This is what he had to say.
Can we spit our handle? You talking to Knox, the big orange under Dan Clancy. If you're not twitching, you're not flicking.
Knox right here.
Yo, we Eddie gave you checking in Eddie, nigga, you shot.
Right, Eddie, he's saying Eddie should get shot or whatever. Eddie is the owner of Kick, a rival streaming platform. And this is him just laughing at what appears to be a call to violence for the CEO of a rival streaming platform. That's crazy, for the record. That's completely insane. Now, here's another clip that I thought was pretty insane. So this is Dan Clancy. He decided to do like a Q&A, and a veteran decided to ask him some tough questions.
Hello, Dan. I've been streaming on Twitch for 9 years. I've been a partner for a long time. But another thing that I am is I'm a U.S. veteran, served in the Army, deployed to Afghanistan. Veterans are a protected group on Twitch. So I was just wondering, I've heard comments about the United States deserve 9/11, PTSD, veterans deserve that. When are we going to start holding other streamers accountable for stuff like that, regardless of social status?
All right, the question is simple. Hasan Piker said that America deserved 9/11. Basically, he's still streaming on the platform. You got retards like Frogan saying all veterans deserve PTSD. She's still on the platform. She wasn't even punished for it. What's going on? When are we holding these people accountable? All right, let's see what the CEO had to say.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for your service. Thank you for the question. Really appreciate what you've done and all that. And you use certain examples, and some of those examples led to enforcement, right? It's always a very tricky.
For the record, that's not really true because both Frogan and Hasan are basically streaming with no repercussions, still on the platform. So, not really.
Tricky process because.
What's tricky? They literally violated the terms of service. Reminder, Tectone got banned for 30 days for calling someone fat.
Part of what we need to do is have a set of community guidelines.
For the record, somebody recently got banned on Twitch for streaming gore porn and got banned on Twitch for 7 days. More on that story another time, because that's a rabbit hole that I don't support, but it's pretty fucking insane.
And we do have a team that works very hard to consistently apply them. The views of individuals aren't necessarily the views of our platform. We're at a time where people sometimes can talk in hyperbole.
There was no hyperbole when Hasan Piker said America deserved 9/11 and then doubled down like 47 times. There was no hyperbole when Frogan said that all soldiers deserve PTSD, and then literally she watched a clip of herself saying it and said based, like she was complimenting her original line. So no, this is not hyperbole.
Right, unfortunately, and this happens on all sides. On all sides.
It doesn't, though. It really doesn't happen on all sides. With all due respect, it really doesn't.
To the political spectrum, and so that's something that we have our guidelines. We apply them consistently. I understand you may disagree with some of those decisions, right? And I always say one of the nice things about Twitch is it's a platform where if you disagree with the views of somebody, it's not appearing in your feed, it's not appearing in what you're doing, it has nothing to do with your experience, and that's not necessarily.
So basically you're saying if you don't like what's being said on Twitch, don't watch that streamer. But what if that streamer tells his audience that Tectone's a rapist? Or says that I'm a pedophile? Or says that Asmongold murdered his mother? Then it does affect you. And it's not just, oh, I just won't watch that stream. No, that doesn't actually work.
Necessarily true with short form content. Sure. There's all sorts of stuff that appears in my feed. And so part of this is trying to make sure you can find what is the right experience for you on Twitch, both as a streamer and also as a community.
Thank you for answering.
Yeah, so that's a non-answer. Both sides and both sides and therefore and both sides and both sides. Destiny actually responded to something along these lines. Now, Destiny, I do not share his views across the board, pretty much. But Destiny has actually been blasted all over Twitch. These are 4 clips that he shared of people literally calling for his death.
Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
It's called shock, you fucking idiot. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
All right, so this is, this guy's a communist, by the way. He literally just put a bounty on his head to kill him. Next.
I dealt with kids like this all the time in high school and as an adult. You have to at some point respond, but keeping it to say shit about character and not physically is great. I mean, listen. All I'm saying is on site, we all have different ways that we react, so I would like him to come to TwitchCon and we'll see what happens. I have enough. I can afford all the lawyers.
It depends. It's not like that.
All right, so that's a literal threat of violence.
Attacks against me are rooted in any type of factual foundation.
All right, so that's a literal threat against him, like a threat on his life.
Hey, the guy who said it was on site at TwitchCon if he saw Destiny.
I dealt with kids like this all the time at high school.
What if I want the satisfaction?
Anyway, this is the next retard that basically does another threat on his life.
Just goes out and just says the N-word, which is not a surprise because he said the N-word on stream with his own face. Can somebody just like, it would just be so easy to just, it will save, like, solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point.
He's calling for political assassinations on Destiny specifically, so that they could have socialism. Right. This guy was not banned on Twitch, for the record.
We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy. This is what happens when you don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. They have children, and their children have children, and their children have children, and then their children have accidents that should have ended up on a sock, and it becomes Destiny. That's what you get. That's what you get.
So yeah, no, this is definitely a two retards fighting situation. Two retards fighting, 100%. But you don't understand. Like, these are, again, I could keep going. These are all direct threats of violence. So when Dan Clancy is going to say, oh, you just don't have to watch the stream, that is unbelievably retarded. Like, unbelievably retarded. Now, speaking of retards at Twitch, I recently covered the story of Emiru getting sexually assaulted at Twitch. Not allegedly, but actually got sexually assaulted at Twitch. And I said that this is a threat on people's lives. Like, if you could just walk up to a streamer and embrace them, then you could just walk up to a streamer and stab them. You could literally just kill people. Political assassinations are happening all over. You have Charlie Kirk, who just got assassinated. You have ICE agents that got shot at. You get political assassinations, honestly, everywhere. Political violence is everywhere. It's all coming from the left, pretty much. And here we have a giant show, TwitchCon, with basically virtually no security. Well, this is absolutely insane. So this is a girl at TwitchCon that showed that they were literally selling knives at a convention where you weren't allowed to go with knives. So they had metal detectors at the door. All right, they had metal detectors at the door. You were not allowed to take weapons in, and they were literally selling weapons in the convention that you were not allowed to take weapons to. They have designed the perfect situation to murder a streamer you don't like.
Should I leave? Should I leave? This is only going to close friends. I'm leaving.
Anyway, it didn't only go to close friends. This is insane. So yes, you had streamers at TwitchCon being like, wait a second, so there are people that are directly assaulting us and attacking us, and they're literally selling knives? Souvenir shop? So what the hell, man? That's insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's almost by design. They want someone to die. And here you have all the radical leftoids screaming about killing their political opponents, slandering them, calling them rapists and pedophiles. They don't get banned. They're all invited, and they literally sell weapons, and they don't have security to stop people from assaulting people. This is unbelievable. It's actually insane. They want you to get killed. And I can't understand any other feasible explanation. So Twitch actually made a post saying that, hey guys, come to TwitchCon, where you could be an S rank hunter like Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling, the anime. And I responded, Twitch SA rank hunters. I ratioed them, and then they deleted their original tweet. Listen, I'm not one to gloat or anything, but this was very funny. Yeah, absolutely. That was just cinema. So anyway, speaking of Twitch and their support for Hamas, a terrorist organization, we have to talk about what's going on in the Israel-Gaza conflict, because we have to understand exactly how retarded Hasan Piker is. I have a tweet to show you that's truly insane. So lock in, boys and girls. You are not ready for the deep dive you are about to witness.
For the first time ever, we made a deal with Hamas that, they're going to be very good, they're going to behave, they're going to be nice, and if they're not, we're going to go and we're going to eradicate them if we have to. They'll be eradicated.
Yeah, you know, because they're a terrorist organization. They're rapists, pedophiles, and murderers. They murder Jews. They murder their own people. They murder people in Gaza. They made a deal with them. They're violating the deal. Fuck them. Based Orange Man.
They know that. So they went in. They went in, and I don't believe it was the leadership, but they had some rebellion in there among themselves, and they killed some people, you know, pretty...
Hundreds of people. They killed hundreds of their own people in public executions.
A lot of people. But this is a violent group. You know, you probably noticed over the last 100 years. This is a very violent group of people.
I noticed.
And...
Can I give you some history in case you're unaware about like some Palestinian history? You'll find this very interesting, I think. There's a wall between Egypt and Gaza that's seven walls. It's 7 times the size of the wall between Gaza and Israel because Egypt doesn't actually want the Palestinians from Gaza to come into Egypt. Now, in case you want some lore, that's because when Palestinians went into Lebanon, they started a civil war. And when Palestinians went into Jordan, they did a coup and killed the king. Egypt then decided, no, we don't actually want any of these people in our land. Israel in 2005 decided to give Gaza to the Palestinians as like a peace treaty in 2005. They immediately elected Hamas terrorists, and from 2005 to 2023, they fired 30,000 missiles into civilian cities in Israel. Until October 7th, when they walked in and they decided to massacre 1,300 Jews and take 250 hostages. They're a relatively violent bunch, especially Hamas, the terrorist organization.
They got very rambunctious and they did things that they shouldn't be doing. And if they keep doing it, then we're going to go in and straighten it out, and it'll happen very quickly and pretty violently, unfortunately. For the first.
So this is Trump being like, yeah, no, they're terrorists. We kill them. We kill terrorists, actually. We're going to eradicate them. And it's based as fuck, because absolutely. Now, I want to tell you my position. I do not want American troops on the ground in Gaza fighting a war. I don't want that to happen. I do not. I absolutely do not. But the Hamas leadership is completely retarded. And I'll tell you why. Because unlike the war until now, where they had hostages and Israel was doing everything in their power not to hurt their own hostages, they no longer have hostages. And they could be annihilated in one day if Israel actually wanted to. So anyway, we'll see what happens, obviously. I don't want any civilian casualties. I really don't. That's the nightmare situation, obviously. The obviously nightmare situation is that Hamas is in tunnels under civilians where they're trying their best to use civilians as human shields because they want death. They're a death cult. And Trump is like, yeah, we're going to be eradicating these bastards. And honestly, I'm glad that he's doing this. I'm glad he's not a giant pussy. I'm not he's just a coward about it like Biden was. And I have to bring this back because this is my favorite protest clip of all time. So this was a Palestine protest, and this was a dude dressed as Trump doing the Trump dance in front of him.
Palestine will live forever.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Resistance is justified.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Oh my God.
We love the children. The they them hates the children. No. Save the Arab babies.
Anyway, like, dude, when they do the resistance is justified shit, they're supporting the terrorist organization that started a war that killed Palestinians. I've said this from day one. None of the pro-Palestine people care about the Palestinian people. They are literally using the Palestinian corpses as weapons for propaganda. Okay? It is absolutely insane. All right? You probably needed this today, so I gave it to you. Absolutely. Don't worry, I gave it to you. Now, these are brainwashed retards, and Hasan Piker is while he secretly despises the shit out of them, he is leading these useful idiots in his rebellion against the West. It's insane. So, anyway, to give you some lore, suddenly the pro-Palestinians don't seem to care about Palestinians when Hamas is publicly torturing and executing them. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing this to you. This guy says because, this whammon says because it was never about the Palestinians, which is correct. They never cared cared about they never cared about the Palestinians, obviously. Or if they cared, they wouldn't support the terrorists that are torturing them and started the war. So it's insane. Like, dude, this clip is truly unbelievable. So this is Ahmed Al-Khailidi. This is a Palestinian saying every single day Palestinians are being executed in Gaza, not by Israel, but by Hamas. Men and women who dare criticize them. Journalists who try to tell the truth. People accused without proof of collaboration. They're taken out to the streets, beaten and shot. Our own people murdered by those who claim to defend us. And yet I don't see a single protest. Not in London, not in New York, not in Paris. The same voices that march when Israel is involved suddenly disappear when Hamas kills Palestinians. If you truly cared about Palestinian lives, then care about all Palestinian lives. Silence in the face of Hamas's terror is not solidarity, it's complacency, with a really horrifying, terrifying photo of public executions. Like, you can't make this up. It's evil. It's unbelievably evil. See, I'm here saying that I don't want any Hamas to start a war and use human shields because I actually don't want innocent civilians to get murdered or killed as collateral damage. But when you start a war, this is the shit that happens every single time. Like, obviously, it's tragic, but that's where we're at. So, Hasan made this tweet saying, "What is this song and dance? It's clear that Israel is openly violating the ceasefire and blaming Hamas." Hamas killed 2 Israelis, okay? They violated the ceasefire by killing 2 Israelis, and Israel struck back. And he's immediately saying, without any evidence at all, that Israel violated and blamed Hamas. This is essentially implying that Israel killed 2 of their own people as like a false flag to blame Hamas, that they killed him as an excuse to continue the war. Like, this is insane. Everyone in leadership knows this as well as most voters, except it's just not true. If Trump is not a servile puppet to Israel, he will demand the IDF stand down instead of acting the same way that Biden did. He's not acting like Biden did. He actually supports obliterating Hamas. So I responded, "Oh yes, my perfect little rapist, pedophile, mass murdering terrorist would never violate a ceasefire in a war that they started. Yeah, it must be the Jews. It must be the Jews, guys, absolutely. It must be the Jews that did it. That's secretly what happened. Yep, it's the Jews that killed their own people as an excuse to fight further. Dude, the reason why this is so mind-bogglingly stupid is because Israel could obliterate Gaza in a day. They have the weapons. They are way stronger than them they could have obliterated them on day 1. They could obliterate them right now. So he's saying that Israel wounded a few of their own people and murdered a few of their own people and blamed it on Hamas so that they could restart a war that they realistically never needed to stop. This is the most retarded shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it really is. Like, he's literally doing the thing that he hates the right-wingers for, and it's like the false flag allegations. That's the craziest part. Now, this is wild. Breaking news. Mohammed Nazal, a senior Hamas official in Qatar, says, Hamas will not disarm. We will maintain control over Gaza's security. The ceasefire is a temporary hudna. It's a pause to rebuild our strength and regain breathing room. He literally says, all right, a actual Hamas official literally says that we are planning on doing more terrorist attacks. Like, literally. So you have to understand the context, okay? The Hamas official said, we are going to violate the ceasefire. And then Hamas violates the ceasefire. Israel strikes back. And Hasan is like, yup, Israel false flagged it. They did it to themselves. So Chank, Hasan's uncle, who's also inbred and likes to have sex with animals, he said, as predicted, Israel has violated the ceasefire repeatedly. They bombed all over Gaza today, killing 44, including many children. They bombed a school where civilians were sheltering. They also killed 97 Palestinians since the ceasefire began. They have no intention of stopping. You're literally the dumbest fucking loser on X. Hamas violated the ceasefire first. This is Grok, the AI, okay? Non-biased, maybe. Hamas violated the ceasefire first, technically, by launching attacks on the IDF forces in Rafah shortly after it began on October 10th. Israel cited this as a blatant violation, responded with airstrikes per military statements, and U.S. reports of Hamas planning further breaches. Like, dude, the craziest thing is it's completely verifiable that Hamas broke the ceasefire first. But you have the retards like Chank and his nephew, and here's the craziest part. These people are actually blatantly, unironically, foreign agents that are in our country to subvert our country for their own goals, for shit happening across the world. Cenk doesn't care about American politics. Now, like, when I see people criticize Ben Shapiro, let's say, because Ben Shapiro's, let's say, Israel first over America first or whatever, I'm like, you know what? It's valid criticism. But so are the entire weird Muslim conglomerate of leftoids. These people are all foreign agents, every single one of them. Hasan, you don't think that guy's a foreign agent? You don't think he's literally acting in his absolute utmost for the destruction of America? Or Cenk doing the same shit all over again? Like, this is a blatant lie. Like, it really is. And it's just for the purpose of manipulating America into weird shit every time. So if you read the actual news, 2 IDF soldiers killed amid severe ceasefire violation. It's not the last, analyst says. Like, dude, you literally need to read the news, and you know he's lying. Like, these are actual propagandists. So, Cenk made this tweet. Matt Walsh said, we need to be intolerant. Intolerance is a virtue. Intolerance is good. Intolerance is holy. Intolerance is Christian. Intolerance is moral and courageous. And then his statement is, this is why I'm on the left. When people on the right say this about any of us, Muslims, blacks, gay people, he turns it into random bullshit, obviously. Classic identity crap. You're saying that we don't want you. Okay, loud and clear. You expect my vote after said you can't tolerate me? Completely misrepresents exactly what Matt Walsh said. I know he doesn't speak for everyone on the right or even a majority, but it's guys like him who use culture wars to divide us. Bro, you are literally a foreign agent in this country. Another reason why I hate culture wars. I think our greatest strength is when we are the United States of America. So I responded with, should we be tolerant of people that execute women for showing their hair in public? Should we be tolerant of people that try to castrate children? Should we be tolerant of people that incite and celebrate political violence? Thanks for admitting you tolerate anything. And I ratioed the fuck out of him. Now, I'm not saying that he's trying to get Matt Walsh killed here or anything by saying that Matt Walsh is trying to remove the rights from Muslims, blacks, and gay people. But I am saying that this dude does not stop. He hates America. He hates America and he hates our people. And he absolutely wants our destruction. And he is a foreign subversive agent in our country doing his absolute best to do the opposite of unite America. It's insane. This dude says, oof, Nux just annihilated Mr. Yogurt and it was beautiful to see. I agree. Thank you, Mr. Metatron. Your hair is beautiful. Anyway, so, Anna Kasparian, he's a co-host on Cenk Younger's show. This is crazy. He's a co-host on Cenk. She's a co-host on Cenk Younger's show. Look at this shit. So first she retweets this. Break this news from this guy from August, okay? So this was months ago. Where this guy says, political commentator Anna Kasparian says she's being targeted by anonymously ran, controversial pro-Israel organization Canary Mission and is now facing threats against her life. So she's claiming months ago that Israel is secretly threatening her. The Mossad is threatening Anna Kasparian. Now she made this tweet today. This is just a couple hours ago. A woman sicked her dog at me this morning as I was walking my dog. When I asked what was going on, she regurgitated lies propagated by an ongoing propaganda campaign carried out by Canary Mission. I'll be addressing what happened on the Young Turks and going over videos of false narrative. She thinks that Israel is getting random Karens in the street to sick their dogs at her. This is a mental illness, man. Like, this is an actual mental illness, dude. Like, what are we doing? It's this entire fucking clan. It's just this whole clan. Now, here's the craziest thing. All right, so extra lore. Anna Kasparian is Armenian. The Young Turks genocided the Armenian people. This is a real genocide, not like whatever's happening in Gaza, which is a fake genocide. But the real genocide was an Armenian genocide, and she's literally collaborating with the Young Turks because her hatred for a little sliver of land in the Middle East is strong enough to dictate her entire policy in America. You really think that Israel is getting Karens in America to sick their dogs at you, woman? Are you insane? These people are crazy. They're all insane. They're crazy people. This is Mehdi Hasan. I wonder if he also has alternative motives and is secretly a foreign agent. So this is a clip of him giving a whole speech at the No Kings rally, obviously protesting against Trump. Why we as Americans let these people into our country to talk about how Trump is a fascist dictator. I don't know why this shit happens. It's insane, honestly. It's truly unbelievable. So he gives this entire speech at the No Kings protest, not that there's a king, and proof that there's no king is the fact that he can give this speech. And Gunther Eagleman, I don't know him, but he's a Trump guy. He says Mehdi Hasan, a foreigner in America, is at our nation's capital, proving Charlie right, that he's a threat to society. And he says, I'm more American than you, so cry more. This is literally the meme. Allow me to explain your country's identity and how it includes me. And in fact, I am more American than you are. That's right. I am even more American than you, says Mehdi Hasan. It's actually unfathomably insane. Now, here's the absolute crazy lore. Speaking of more American. When Mehdi Hasan received his U.S. citizenship at the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia in 2020, U.S. citizenship courts began allowing Muslims to waive part of their oath because it conflicts with their belief. What? What? He requested to waive a portion of the oath, specifically, and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of the national importance under civilian direction when required by the law. And because of his Muslim faith, he was allowed to waive this part of the oath. Dude, I don't understand why we should ever buckle to this. If you are not willing to come to a country and integrate into that country, you should not be coming to that country. Like, I really think it's actually that simple. Look, man, obviously, I think America's a Christian nation. It obviously is based and founded on Christian biblical values. I personally am not a Christian person. I do recognize that my value system is probably a 90 to 95% overlap with basic Christian values, being that, you know, it stems from the same place. But I would absolutely take this oath without a shadow of a doubt and without a hesitation. I believe in integrating into the culture, and if you're not willing to integrate into a culture, you should be insta-deported. What are we even talking about? You are literally coming into our nation to destroy us from the inside. I feel like there's no point in playing this game anymore. I am more American than you, as he goes and incites violence at a rally, at the No Kings rally, full of people carrying signs about killing Trump and why Charlie Kirk's assassination was justified. I made a video on the No Kings rally. So, like, do you understand how insane this is? Do you understand how crazy it is? This dude is literally yapping at a rally about, honestly, insurrecting the government because Trump was elected by the majority of the people. And he's out here at this rally talking about how he's actually more American. Oh my God. And it's all of them. It's all of these people. And if you look at Cenk Younger's tweets, like, and this is where it becomes super obvious. Look at his tweets. When he talks about Israel, he gets thousands of likes on his tweets. When he doesn't talk about Israel, no one cares. So this is him talking about American politics, 500 likes. This is him talking about American politics, 500 likes. This is him talking about Piers Morgan. This is him talking about Zoran Mamdani. It doesn't break 1,000 likes. Here it is. According to U.S. officials, 2 IDF soldiers were killed in Gaza. 21,000 likes. And also, it's a lie, for the record, because he says the IDF soldiers that were killed in Gaza died when they ran over an explosive device that they themselves put, which is a lie. It's literally not even true. Like, he's literally just a propagandist. Chunky Yogurt over here is literally just lying. But, like, you look at it, it's so obvious that his entire strategy here is just being an inside agent to make waves on the left to fight his proxy war against Western values across the world. It's insane how obvious it is if you actually pay attention. I mean, yes, you might be called Islamophobic, but that only works on people that care, and I don't. So anyway, let's recap the last week. Hamas filmed themselves executing over 100 Palestinians. The media is silent. Hamas launched RPGs at Israeli troops, murdering 2. The media is silent. And Israel responds by striking Hamas commander. The media says Israel's violating a ceasefire. It's pretty crazy, actually. It's pretty crazy. Now, the UN for women... It's insane. We live in clown world, man. We live in actual clown world. Again, I'm the only one that does these deep dives, so I hope you're enjoying, because I sure am. The UN for Women said, with active conflicts at its highest level since 1946, the role of women in peace building is more important. Alongside women on the ground, UN Women is uplifting women's leaderships to a peaceful world. When women lead, peace follows, and it shows a woman in a niqab. This is crazy. Like, this is an actual fucking Taliban front, I think. Like, it's insane. It's crazy. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. The United Nations, like, look at this. 700 likes, 1.8 million views, ratio to fuck. Like, and these are the people that are constantly criticizing America and Israel and Western nations and never criticizing the practices of, I don't know, the countries around the world that are literally having women as child sex slave brides, like in Yemen. It's crazy. We're living in clown world. These people are trying to, like, literally pollute our brains. This is nutso land. This is Jeremy Corbyn. He's like a big Greta Thunberg supporter. The age of consent in Iraq is 9. And you're telling me that they never wanted to talk about Iraq? They talk about America's violence against women? Are you insane? Anyway, so this guy's obviously appalled by the vile racist attacks on his colleagues. His innocent colleagues like Ayub Khan. Journalists have called for Zara Sultana to be deported. Unbelievable. Truly a horrible thing. Anyway, let's see more about Jeremy Corbyn's friends.
And say that tomorrow evening it will be my pleasure and my honour to host an event in Parliament where our friends from Hezbollah will be speaking.
Your friends in Hezbollah? You mean Hezbollah, the terrorist organization that killed 240 Marines? Hezbollah, the terrorist organization that contributed to the death of 650,000 people in Syria? Those Hezbollah, those friends of yours?
Also invited friends from Hamas to come.
Friends from Hamas? Like, these people are they're such obvious terrorist supporters, it's crazy. Your friends in Hamas, the guys that started the war, that murdered and raped innocent people, and also started a war that caused the deaths of thousands of Palestinians, you claim to be on the Palestinian side? This is insane.
As well.
Yeah, free Palestine. Him and his friends from Hamas and Hezbollah. And that's the insanity that we're dealing with. And every single article that comes out, autopsies of Palestinian martyrs, red flag, reveals that Israel has been stealing their organs. Grok, is this true? No. Like, what are we doing? It's crazy. So let's look at what the BBC is up to. We'll burn Jews like Hitler did, says BBC's reporter in Gaza. Yeah, that sounds like an unbiased journalist for the British broadcasting cock. Pretty crazy how that keeps happening. What is even happening? What is even going on in the world? Is it just me, or are we getting violently taken over from within by people of a specific, very peaceful religion? This is new law in the UK. Speaking of Hasan torturing his dog. This is a dog walker being told to leave the area because there are Muslims in the area, and Muslims don't like dogs.
This is the police. Hey, I'm no Nazi. This is the police appeasing the leftists again. Yeah, appeasing the communist leftists again.
I'm not a Nazi. Stopping you from moving forward to prevent a breach of the peace. What, just for saying I don't want to be called a Nazi? You shouldn't be allowed to shout stuff like that.
Yep, apparently she's a Nazi because she's taking a dog in a public area where there are also Muslims that are offended by dogs.
Tactics that you can't say or do anything.
Just keep on going round.
It's to protect the leftist scum.
Absolutely. What do you mean move on? How pathetic are you?
From the British, we love you.
You're not going that way. Excuse me. Guys, 2 of you, please.
Nope, not allowed to go that way. Not allowed to go that way. The Muslims might get offended by your dog.
Please, 2 of you, straight away. What?
We need 4 security guards for this girl and her puppy.
And now they're all mobilised. As usual.
To do with being a Nazi, it's got nothing to do with being anyone. You just don't want to pay for you to live in there.
The dog knows. Good doggy.
Why? Why is that all? Good doggy. What do you mean that's good? I like being shouted Nazi. That guy is shouting on a megaphone, Nazi in my face. And the police are here telling people not to be insulted that they're being called Nazis.
Yeah, of course you are, mate. Yeah, stay behind.
That's right. Apparently you're a Nazi. Apparently you're a Nazi if you plan on walking a dog next to a Muslim neighborhood in England or something. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's not the first time I've heard something like this. I mean, I recently covered in a previous video about how a Jewish lawyer was arrested and detained for 10 hours for wearing a Star of David necklace, which offended the Palestinian protesters. This literally just happened like a few days ago. Like, you're telling me that this isn't crazy? This is London. Yeah. This is London. So you're telling me that there isn't something sinister potentially going on behind the scenes? You're telling me there isn't something a little weird happening? You're telling me that there's nothing to see here? Really? Adnan Hussein, an MP in London, said, why did a woman... So this person says we should ban the burqa. This guy says, why? What did a woman in a burqa ever do? I responded with the fact that this is a man in England. Hi, Mr. Hussein from England. This is a story of a terrorist tied to Al-Qaeda that dressed himself in a burqa to escape law enforcement surveillance in London. I got one very noble person in the response saying, one bad actor used a burqa to his advantage, so now we must ban it across the board. Lol, one bad actor. Here's a red mosque leader attempts to flee in burqa. Here's ISIS terrorist caught in women's clothing fleeing the battlefield. Cameroon bans Islamic face veil after suicide bombings. Suspected female suicide bombers death toll rise to 32 in Nigeria. You're telling me this isn't an epidemic somewhere? Hamas, we tortured the hostages. The hostages, they tortured us. Hasan Piker and the Palestinian activists, no they didn't. There are endless clips of Hasan Piker saying Hamas are the good guys. Endless clips of Hasan Piker saying Hamas are the good guys. This is unbelievable. But now, to wrap up the clown, the shit pile on top of the shit cake, Al Jazeera, which is a Qatar-funded website for news, that is where all these people get their info from, says, no, Bill Maher, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. From Boko Haram to herder-farmer clashes, Nigeria's crises are complex. Simplistic genocide claims fuel propaganda. This is after 2 years of Al Jazeera saying Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza, where 85% of the people killed are adult males, targeted adult males. But it's actually very complex when you have 125,000 Christians murdered and their churches burnt down in Nigeria. That's actually super complex and not easy to understand. The fact that Muslims are massacring hundreds of thousands of Christians and chopping their heads off and burning churches. That's super complex. Nothing to see here. Let's not talk about it. It's almost like this is a giant psyop and people are falling for it, man. People are absolutely falling for it. They are. They really are. It's tragic and it's happening. Now, there are some pretty hilarious memes coming out of all this.
Shot my dog, I can't stand.
Ninja Marks generated this shit.
Yeah, shot my dog, I can't stop. Yeah, shot my dog until she drops. 2,000 volts straight in her top. Cause my dog can't stay in her spot. Yeah, got this remote on me like in my Glock. If Kaya try to move, she out of love. She better know I don't give a fuck. She's getting off her place, she's getting strong. Gotta stay in that little place for 8 hours. She getting up, I can't allow her. She my Palestine, I got the power. I'm in my electric ivory tower. Why she act like such a baby? When I shock her, she go crazy. Making me look bad on the stream. Gonna hit her with my power beam. I don't know why that stupid dog up. She should know better not to call for help. Cause you already know where my stream is. I do some shit that would get me banned. Don't you know how much money I spent? That dog costs more than your mama rent. I got the most expensive breed. You know that's the one I need. That stupid dog is so spoiled. Yeah, one more time she getting boiled.
Anyway, I wanted to end on a high note because obviously this was insane. I really wanted to go through all this info because when Hasan makes these tweets, when he makes these insane, unhinged, ridiculous tweets, constantly talking about how, like, the running defense for Hamas as much as he absolutely possibly can. It's disgusting, it's despicable, and it's really obvious that this person is obviously fighting against the best interests of America. He really is. And so him and his uncle and his fucking cousin, all these guys, they're all fighting against America, and that is their enemy. They are enemies of our country, and it's incredibly obvious. So anyway, this guy sucks. He makes believe he likes the LGBT community, and he has to wipe his hand on his shirt when he shakes his hand with a trans person. All right, he's a liar, propagandist, bitch fuck that doesn't believe in anything he preaches, and he tortures animals. He doesn't understand the basic morals or virtues from our country, and he comes to tell us how we are actually the villains and we need to abolish our systems. So thank you for being here. I wanted to talk about a little bit of an issue going on in the nation. That was my investigative cringe journalism. Subscribe. We're making fun of more retards every day. Every day there are more retards to make fun of. The moral of the story is find God. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.